Hello, lovelies. Today we are going to talk about 3 things that will keep you empowered as an empath. When I first began realizing that I was an empath, I was picking up on other people's feelings and I didn't even know it. I was acting them out as they were my own. I would find myself in the depths of despair, down a rabbit hole of emotions, and sometimes not even knowing how I got there. So the number one key to staying empowered as an empath is to figure out if what you're feeling is actually coming from you or someone else. I'll give you an example. I was a massage therapist for many years, and I would have people coming in and out of my massage room and on and off my table. I'd be interacting with people all day long of all different walks of life, right? And sometimes when I would find myself in these emotional states, I would just do a freeze frame and I would start taking steps backwards until I found the moment that I started feeling these feelings and realizing what was going on in that moment. Was I having a conversation with someone else, with a coworker? Had I been at the grocery store and the cashier was having a bad day? Was I on a phone call and picked up the energy of someone else? So going back, figuring out where it came from, where it's coming from is key, because if it's not yours, you can be empowered to just let it go. The second way to stay empowered as an empath is to let people feel their own feelings and don't try to rescue them from their feelings. It can be very uncomfortable when you're in a situation and somebody is having some feelings that you don't want them to feel, because when they're feeling the feelings and you're feeling their feelings, it's exponential, right? And it can take you to places that are uncomfortable. So as an empath, sometimes you may find yourself trying to fix their feelings so that you don't have to feel them and take them on. But really, people are allowed to feel their own feelings and it's healthy for them to. So to fix that for them or to solve it for them isn't a way to stay empowered. For instance, if you need a favor from a friend and you know they're busy and they have a lot on their plate and you need to ask them something, and as soon as you do, you have anxiety already, you know they're busy, and you start to ask and you can see them kind of go inside themselves and they're having these feelings and they're, wondering if they can and they want to help you, but they have a lot of their own stuff. And you start to back away and you start to say, oh no, it's okay, I'll figure it out, don't worry. You're saving them from having their own feelings. If it was important enough to bring up and ask, then it's important to see it through. So instead of going in and trying to fix it for them, letting them complete, the experience on their own is very empowering as an empath. Which brings me to number 3, which is what I call mastery of emotions. So using that same example with asking a friend for something when you're in need of help would be to speak to those emotions when you first sense them coming up. So instead of backing away and just trying to get out of the situation so you don't feel the feelings, it would be picking up on them and coming from a neutral place, like realizing that you are separate from them and they have their own feelings, but to speak to it and say, oh, I can really see you're struggling with this. Is it too much of an imposition? Rather than canceling it out and saying, it's okay, you don't have to. It's a more empowering way. And then there can be a conversation about it. And they might say, no, I'm busy, but I really want to help you. Let me see what I can rearrange. So staying empowered as an empath is so important because there's so many feelings flying around all the time that we're picking up on. So hope you find these 3 ways beneficial, and I send you much love.